Hello and welcome to Trending Tuesday. Today I have Sarah Ruiter from Absorb Learning Management, and she is going to be talking to us about all things trending with learning. So welcome, Sarah. Thank you for being here with us.
Hi, Mary. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, great to have you. And I am very excited to hear a little bit more about what Absorb is and the trends that are impacting. So tell us a little bit more about Absorb.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, my name is Sarah Ruiter. I am a channel partner specialist at Absorb, and I specifically work on the ADP portfolio. So Absorb LMS truly is a best-in-breed learning management solution, and we really do empower organizations and people to excel through learning. We're a cloud-based learning management solution. We're based out of Calgary, Alberta, here where I am in Canada, headquartered in Calgary, but we're also internationally located and have offices around the world. And the ADP partnership really is a massive initiative for us and a huge partnership for us. So really happy to be here today.
Awesome. We love it. So thank you. 2021, we are talking about all the new trends. Talk to me a little bit about what you are seeing for the trends in regards to learning.
Yeah, there's been a lot in terms of learning. 2020 was a massive year for us in terms of, shifts and everyone working remotely. But 2021, as we kind of continue into that space, we're really seeing an increased focus on the talent subset of HR, from onboarding to upskilling to employee-driven career paths. So one kind of outgrowth of that really is the idea of employee experience. So sometimes abbreviated as EX. And this really is like customer experience, but applied to employees. So organizations in general really are becoming more focused on how to retain people and really increase employee engagement, which in turn improves productivity and the organizational success overall. So, employees expect kind of a customer grade experience out of technologies now that they're using internally and really are deployed to serve employees up better in the organization. And that's why Absorb truly does focus on, learner experience and why that truly is so important to us as an organization. And then
that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then one other kind of outgrowth of this trending topic is employee-driven career paths and how it relates to this employee experience. So, we all kind of know that there's no longer really that traditional tree structure in organizations with that kind of straight line career progression. A lot of that seems to be shifting. So organizations are more complicated because of that. And, employees really are looking for different ways to grow themselves within the organization and really take ownership of their own careers, and providing training. They're not only going to do that for their current job, but they also might want to take training on, different roles that are available. How do I learn and take that ownership on myself and grow myself as a person within the organization I'm in right now? How do I go to my manager and say, hey, I'm interested in this. I took the ownership and I went through this learning path on my own. And I really want to discuss that progression into the next level of leadership at the organization, for example. So that really is part of that employee engagement initiatives and really retention and productivity from there. And it really helps with that succession planning of an organization as well as that retention also.
I know that's such a top focus for many of the businesses I speak to here locally in Columbus. Engagement is so crucial because of all things that have changed regarding the pandemic. So
absolutely,
I love that, the employee can take control of their own destiny and really stay focused and engaged within the organization no matter where their path leads. So I love that. So where does Absorb fit into this?
Yeah. So, really what it comes down to is enabling those employees to be able to take their own career path in their own hands and that engagement piece. So Absorb really is that best of breed learning solution where they're able to have admins, set up their employees in the system, have them auto enrolled into all the relevant training based on things like their, location, their department, their language preferences, their hire date. They are enrolled into all of that automatically, but then they can also self-serve themselves within the LMS as well. So it really is that kind of all-encompassing encompassing organizational structure all falls within Absorb LMS and allows those learners to take that ownership on themselves, but also those admins to be able to ensure that they're staying compliant and they're staying up to date and they're able to report on all the training that their internal team is utilizing.
Another big trend, data and analytics. So the ability
Massive.
to track that, yeah, and use that to continue that engagement. That's amazing that Absorb kind of brings those two trends together.
Absolutely.
Really to impact business.
And one piece I'll speak to there as well, Mary, is really about, being able to learn wherever you want, when you want. So, mobile learning and being able to serve up training on an iPhone or a tablet wherever you are is something that Absorb is completely able to do. We're completely mobile responsive on our learner interface, so employees really can get training and learning when and where they need it as they need it.
That drives me to my next question. So I'm glad that you brought that up. And I live by my phone. I feel like everything is on my phone. So that is amazing. Content creation. I know that also is such a hot topic as it relates to learning. Organizations want to be able to create on the go, create quickly, and be flexible. And I heard a little rumor that is something that Absorb is really good at. Tell me more.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's a massive trend. And, you did a lot of research on that as well. So it's awesome to hear that that's an overarching theme that we're both getting. But, we did acquire a company recently and it's now called Absorb Create internally. So essentially what this is the ability to create training on the fly, on the go. You can create your own custom templates for your organization and really have that internal collaboration and work on different training at the same time with your colleagues, all in one system. Corporate agility really is a massive kind of overarching trend for this one. And the way things are done today, as we know, will drastically change very quickly. Sure. And mandatory training kind of goes in tandem with that. So all the different regulations and, anti-sexual harassment training or new legislations that come out, things were very different today than they might be tomorrow or they might be next week. And so really helping your employees adapt to new things quickly and doing that through training and education is key to organizational success and really reskilling and upskilling employees depending on the speed of need and really the transformation involved in that. So, sometimes this is going on unique to specific companies and they need to have the ability to really quickly build their own training, like using Absorb Create, to really react to those changes within their internal organization. But then they might also need that out-of-the-box compliance training that they're able to just quickly ad hoc, hey, we need this right now, this changed within our state, and able to pull that into the LMS as well. And to kick off the new year in January, there are so many changes all the time, and we have a big presidential change coming tomorrow. So I know there are going to be new legislation changes, and I'm sure organizations will need to react quickly. So love it. All right, so we're coming down to the wire. Give me your final thoughts. What it really comes down to is the ease of use for Absorb. And, clients love using Absorb as well as admins. They really do always say just how easy it is to use, how flexible the system is. And our integration with ADP is definitely industry leading in terms of the fields that sync. So it really does just reduce that kind of admin overhead, having to update two different systems manually. And like you mentioned, with a lot of those trends, but really the legislation one coming up and, the presidential change is going to be driving a lot of change, I think, within organizations and them needing to adapt to it quickly to ensure that they're staying compliant and up to date. I agree. And I'm so glad that ADP and Absorb have an amazing partnership, and I look forward to continuing it into this new year. So thank you so much for being here today, and look forward to helping any of the clients out there watching this with any learning management needs. Please reach out to myself or Sarah. Thanks so much. Thank you, Mary.